Hey y'all, it's Dakota Sky. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm gonna be telling y'all the story where I was getting bullied, which led to a physical altercation. Disclaimer, this video is not to start no drama. I'm just telling you guys a story I've learned from the experience, and fighting is not cute for females, so don't do it. I'm gonna stop rapping and we're gonna get on to the story, okay? Background story, I was in 6th grade, she was in 7th. I'm gonna name the girl Apple. We lived in the same neighborhood, went to the same school, rode the same bus, okay? And so she would bully me. Well, I wouldn't really call it bullying, but she would just be rude and very disrespectful to me and just disrespect my name, talk about me, threaten me, and all of this stuff in 6th grade. And I was just like going like that, but then again I wasn't. Like, it never got to the point where we had a fight in 6th grade, but we just used to go back and forth and argue. And I was just like, at this point I'm fed up. And it was one day at the end of 6th grade, I was like, we're just gonna fight. But we didn't fight because my brother came and he basically was like, it's not even that serious, right? So my mom and her mom had a talk, and I realized that she wasn't as bold and as big and bad as I thought she was, because she would be at school just showing her tail off, y'all. But when we got to her house, she was boohooing, crying, and all of that. Like, I was like, this girl is not bold for real. Like, you're not bad for real. If you was crying, what you crying for? Fast forward to 7th grade. I'm in 7th grade now, she in 8th grade. Yeah, we're on the bus and I'm sitting in her seat apparently. And so she gets on the bus and she's like, that's my seat, like, I'm gonna need you to get up. And I'm like, no, like, I'm fed up with you. You keep bothering me. You've been bothering me. It's been like a whole school year, almost 2 school years. You've been bothering me for this long. Like, leave me alone. Like, people don't understand what leave me alone means, and I felt like I had to show her what leave me alone meant by putting my hands on her, because she was not gonna leave me alone. So I had to hit her, like, honestly. And so she's basically threatening me, saying she wants to fight me and she could beat me up, basically under her breath, to the other kids on the bus. And you know me, I'm like, okay, you want to fight? Like, I'm not fighting you today because I was not ready to fight. Like, I had to go home and get the pep talk from my brother, because, you know, yeah, like, I was not ready. I didn't even have on fighting clothes. Like, I was not ready. So I went home, told my brother, told my mom, so that they could expect it and whatnot. And so they basically were expecting, you know, everything to happen. My mom was already fed up with this girl bothering her daughter. So, I mean, I was fed up with her bothering me. She was doing too much. I had no choice. Okay, so I'm going to school that day and I'm like, I'm ready to fight this girl. I walk out the house in the morning with Uggs and a gray hoodie on. And so I'm like, I'm not fighting this, but we're gonna fight after school anyway, because ain't nobody fighting at 8 o'clock in the morning. Like, that's dead. Okay, so I'm like, we're gonna fight after school, and I have Huaraches in my locker at school, so I'm gonna just bring my Huaraches home. I forgot my Huaraches, but I wasn't gonna duck the fight, so I had to fight in the Uggs. And so the whole school day goes by. You know, we get on the bus. She's not saying anything to me, but I got all of these lists of threats in my phone. Like, every single thing that she threatened me with, I literally had it noted in my phone, okay? Just in case I got suspended, I'm like, but I was threatened and I'm using this as self-defense type thing, okay? And so we get off the bus and I'm like, so you said you wanted to fight me. You said you was gonna beat me up. You was talking about my brother and my mom and all these people. And so she was like, yeah. And so I just like went to her and was like, And then we just started fighting. And she like backed up off the curb. And like, that's how we ended up in the street. But y'all, before we started fighting, a car pulled up. Like, as soon as we started fighting, a car pulled up and just parked in like across the street, because across the street was like a community center, and they parked over there by the community center, and like they were recording the fight. And I was like, I don't know why they're recording the fight, but I can't stop right now. Like, I have to whoop this girl because she was practically bullying me. Like, I was tired, I was fed up with her mess. And so my brother had just so happened to be turning into the neighborhood, and to get to my house you have to pass my bus stop, so he seen us fighting, okay? And so he broke it up he broke it up, and she was like, got scared because my brother is older, and so I guess she got scared of him or something like that. And she tried to say that he put his hands on her. Like, my brother didn't touch anybody, he was just trying to get his sister. And so he put me in a car. I go home, I call my mom, and I tell her everything that happened. She come get me, we go back to my school. We go to my school, and we talking to her AP because my AP wasn't there, because my AP had left. Like, this is after school hours and everything. Okay, yeah, so we get to school, we're talking to her AP. It's me and my mom in the office, and literally as we're telling him the story, he gets a phone call. And y'all remember that car I told y'all about? Apparently she called and said she was in the car watching the fight, recording it. So who lets their daughter just fight and you're watching it and you're recording it? Like, no. And I was like, that didn't even look like a woman in the car. So I was so lost. And so the principal was just asking, was it over a boy and this and this and that? And I was like, no, like, she's literally been bothering me for the longest. So I was fed up with her. And I just felt the need to, I was just done. Like, I had to show her what leave me alone meant. Y'all, like, she thought I was playing with her. Like, The next day I'm in health class, y'all. And so I literally sit right across from the door, and I could see through the door. And she's at the door just staring at me with like 3 of her friends. And she just pointing at me, like basically letting them know where I was, or like pointing me out and stuff. And so I'm like, y'all about to jump me? Like, this is what I'm thinking in my head, like they about to jump me or something. So, you know, I text 2 of my friends, and I'm gonna name them Juice and Noodle. And I text both of them because they could fight. And I'm like, I think they trying to jump me. Like, I'm just like telling y'all just in case. Like, they didn't come to the class or anything. I'm just telling them just in case I get jumped. You know, they would jump in and, you know, help me. And so I'm like, okay, they left the classroom. And that was 3rd period. 4th period, I'm going to my 4th period class. I don't see them anymore. First of all, she was following me around the school with her friends because I'm in 7th, you're in 8th. You're not even supposed to be upstairs. Like, stay downstairs. Like, you're just looking for trouble. Like I told y'all, she literally used to look for trouble and everything and whatnot. Like, just a drama queen. And it was so annoying. Like, why are you up here at my door? After 4th period, she's at the end of the hallway because Juice texted me and was like, she at the end of the hallway looking for you. She has a hairbrush, and she's just screaming and carrying on down there, causing a scene. And I'm like, if she wants to fight me, she can come down here, but you keep following me around the school for what? Like, we already fought. Like, what's the point of fighting again? Like, I didn't understand that. That day went by, we get on the bus, she says nothing. I guess the principal talked to her again. She didn't do anything. And so the next morning, I'm at the bus stop, and she's telling people, like, literally to my face, that she wants to fight me again. Like, I'm standing there and she's like, she wants to fight me again. And so as we're about to fight, one of my closest friends' parents pull up, and they took me to school. They just gave me rides to school because it was kind of cold outside. Like I said, it was in the middle of winter. But basically, that was my first middle school fight. And it was not really a juicy story, y'all, but that's basically all that there was to it. And I'm sorry if the lighting was bad in this video. It's 10:15, so yeah, like I said, this story wasn't really that juicy, but I just wanted to tell y'all the story. And so I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and comment down below if y'all want to hear more stories. Okay, bye.